Time now for our Spotlight programs. We do every Monday morning, reserve time for the Fairfield Area Chamber of Commerce. Detra Dettmann's with us this morning. Good morning, Detra. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing fantastic.
If you have a nice weekend, beautiful weather-wise anyway.
Spent took a nice long walk on the trail yesterday. Saw several people, so love how that's getting used all the time.
I see people on the trail, and I envy them for having the wherewithal and dedication to get out there. I think about it when I drive by.
Well, that's the first step.
Thinking about it?
Sure.
Not actually parking the car and getting out.
That's the second step.
That's the second step. All right. Now, it was a beautiful weekend. We got a great week of weather coming on. Don't forget, you can sign up for the Monday morning newsletter that comes into your email box. It's called The Week That Will Be. And speaking of that, it looks different today.
Yes, we've been getting some feedback, and someone asked if we could tighten it up a little bit. So we are trying a slightly different format to condense things and provide more links. So we would love feedback regarding if people like it, don't like it, let us know. We'll keep evolving it. So.
By the way, there was an email come out late last week talking about the design change and actually a call to action for people to help fill the calendar of events.
Yes. We've got a feature where members can go on there and put in all their information, and then they can add as much as they want, and that helps alleviate a little of the burden on our staff as well, Lindsay in particular. So we'd love for you to check it out and make sure we keep that calendar full of everything that's going on, because there's always a lot going on in Fairfield.
Chamber at fairfieldiowa.com. Chamber at fairfieldiowa.com is the website if you want to sign up or you have any questions about the Chamber and their upcoming events. A couple of highlights real quickly. Leadership Fairfield, we've been talking about it. Friday is the deadline to sign up for the next session.
Yes. Yep. So that's coming up quick, and folks will be notified early next week if they have gotten in. So... And then things will kick off right away on August 30th with the first session. Okay,
and that's on Tuesday evenings? Or Tuesdays?
Tuesdays, yes. The first session's a part day, and then the others are full day.
And it'll culminate with a sort of celebration at the annual Chamber Banquet, which will be probably in April.
Actually, it's in March this year.
Oh, March this year? Oh, great.
So that's why we're starting things a little bit earlier than last year.
Back-to-school reception is just around the corner as well.
Yep. It's going to be Thursday, August 25th, so this second day of school, 4 to 5:30 at the Fairfield Golf and Country Club. And just a reminder, we're celebrating everyone's affiliated with the education systems at both schools, but we will formally recognize the new teachers. And we're getting some pre-registrants already, so we're really excited. We're going to have a few speakers from the community as well.
And again, that's you need to register by the 25th for the back-to-school reception. That'll be at the Fairfield Golf and Country Club. Any other notes of interest that we need to highlight today before we get to your guest?
The other note, looking at upcoming deadlines, the Trojan Dash with Fairfield Park and Rec, and I've had an opportunity to meet with Calvin, the new director, a couple times. But they're looking to have a minimum of 30 people registered for that event by this Friday, the 19th as well, so they can ensure they can have that, can host that.
All right. And one other note I saw on the deadlines were the Fairfest. And you mentioned that you've been getting some calls about Fairfest at the Chamber.
I have. People are certainly interested. We're seeing it ramp up, but I was getting calls about tickets, particularly if they didn't want to buy them online, where could they buy them in person?
And the answer to that is the Fairfield Arts and Convention Center.
Ta-da! So that's good. I was referring them to the right spot.
Yeah, that's right. And, of course, it's open weekday afternoons over at the Fairfield Arts and Convention Center. As I mentioned, Detra has a guest today. Anna Bruin is in, and you're going to be talking about the upcoming Solar Summit. Is that right?
Yes.
All right, Detra, take it away.
All right. So I know Anna pretty well. I worked with her at Pathfinders RC&D, my recent employer, before coming to the Chamber. And she was planning this event there. And then we also have several Chamber members that are involved in this event in various ways. So Anna, tell our listeners a little bit about what's happening at the Solar Fair on Saturday.
Well, the Solar Fair will be an all-day event. So starting in the morning, people can come and visit with the vendors that will be there. We'll have some local and regional solar installers present, including Ideal Energy, Atwood Electric, Iowa Wind and Solar, to name a few. The Iowa Renewable Energy Association will be on site with their Imagine Energy trailer, which is a hands-on learning opportunity. And then there'll be 2 informational presentations, one on solar technology, what it is, how it works, kind of the latest and greatest, and another presentation on how to finance a solar project. So if anybody's been curious about how solar energy works or thinking about, could I put it on my farm or my home or my business, this would be a great opportunity to come hear some information, ask your questions, talk to some folks who have done it. So that's the morning, and then we'll break for lunch. And in the afternoon, we'll have a self-guided solar crawl. So you could go to a few spots around the area and talk to people who have installed solar and see their installations.
Awesome.
Including...
Yes, our little solar install is going to be on that crawl. So
yes,
we live on an acreage out between Fairfield and Lockridge, so we'll be listed on there if you want to venture out that way. Let's see. And who's some of your sponsors for the event? You mentioned some of the folks that will be there providing information.
Yes. Well, so this is one of 4 solar fairs we're doing in Iowa, and we received funding from the Iowa Department of Natural Resources CEP program. So we're really happy to be partnering with the DNR on this. And then we've also had some great local sponsorship for the Fairfield event from Ideal Energy, from Alliant Energy, Atwood Electric, Access Energy, Iowa State Extension, the Fairfield Farmers Market, and the Iowa Renewable Energy Association.
Excellent. And again, so who's invited? Who's the intended audience for the event?
It's free and open to everyone. We'll have some food on site. We'll even have some kids activities. Afton from the Fairfield Public Library will be doing some kids activities in the morning. So it's really open to everybody, but especially if you've ever wondered if solar could be right for you or for your building, come check it out.
Excellent.
I think another important part is this is one of 4 across the state, isn't it?
Yes.
They're going to be, I think, in Creston, Clear Lake, somewhere in Northwest.
We've got Fairfield's the first, and then we'll be in Creston next week, and we'll be going to Tipton and Perry in September.
Okay, so it's one of 4.
Yep.
Some of the questions someone asked me about tax benefits and things like that. You'll have all that information, won't you?
Yep, we'll be talking about that. We'll have a finance presentation. How does it work? How to finance it in the morning, and then there'll be some good resources available too.
And under that umbrella of finance, the other question is when people are exploring this sort of option is, what is the recoup time for something, the investment that you put in versus the savings that you'll get? How long until you recoup your investment? Those will be covered as well?
Yeah, what's the payback period? How long do you have to wait till you make your money back?
All right. So, again,
I wish I had this event before we had figured all that out on our own, but we're happy this is happening now.
Yeah.
And this is open to individuals and businesses and industry, anybody?
Anybody's welcome to come.
All right. Do you have, I know this is a tough question, is there a formula of how much solar is being generated here in Fairfield, energy being in Fairfield compared to other communities our size? Because it seems like we're probably ahead of the curve.
I certainly wish I had some hard data on that. I don't, but it does seem to have the reputation, and you certainly drive around, you see a lot more of it than you would somewhere else, but I don't have any hard data. There's not really good hard data yet from around the state, so that's something that would be great to see a little bit more of.
All right.
And I guess, how can people pre-register or learn more?
Yeah, so it's absolutely free. You can show up the day of, come check it out. If you pre-register online on pathfindersrcd.org, then you can receive a free coupon to the farmer's market, help you get lunch.
Oh, that's nice. I didn't know about that.
Yeah,
awesome.
You have to pre-register.
Yeah, no doubt.
Anna, while we got you here, any other programs of note coming up in the near future with your office?
Well, this is the one that we're really focusing on at the moment. I know the Historic Hills Byways coordinator was at the fair this weekend, and she's always got something up her sleeve, working with museums, especially in Bonaparte pottery. But her event at the fair over the weekend, and then these solar fairs are kind of the big ones at the moment.
All right. Detra, anything else?
I think that's it on that. So do we have time to go through the calendar?
We most certainly do.
Okay. Well, looking ahead to some of the other things happening this week. Starting with tomorrow on Tuesday, there's free diabetes class at the Jefferson County Health Center from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Also tomorrow, Mississippi Valley Regional Blood Center Blood Drive at Lockridge, close to my backyard, Lockridge Fire and Rescue from 3:30 to 7:30 p.m. Also on Tuesday is going to be an open house for the new youth director at Jefferson County Extension, Rachel Wunderlich. And that's going to be from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Extension office, 2606 Burlington Avenue. Moving on to Wednesday, we've got the Fairfield Farmers Market at Howard Park, 3 to 6 p.m. Heard there was quite a bit of sweet corn available this past weekend. My husband went. And Thursday at Maharishi School, we've got Nature Explore from 9 a.m. to noon. And it's going to look at how they document children's learning with nature. And that fits in nicely with a playground that they had installed there. When I toured the school, I got a chance to look at that and talk about how that benefits the children there. And then Thursday, I know this is something Anna is involved in, Young Professionals of Fairfield. They have their TED Talks, and that's from noon to 1. And that's at Organic Matters Cafe, 501 North 2nd Street. And I've heard that's a real popular program with the young professionals. And also on Thursday at the Public Library, there's an evening program with Dr. Larry Nash, and he's going to talk about from dental bridges to foot bridges. So how his life and his interests have evolved from his dental practice to his volunteer work. And I'd like to note that he was recently received the Outstanding Citizen Community Service Award from the Chamber of Commerce. So he'll be talking at 7:30 p.m. again at the library. And then rounding out the week, Friday, we've got the FEDA, Fairfield Economic Development Association Golf Tournament at the Fairfield Golf and Country Club. You can find out more information about that at 472-3436. And again, on Friday, our Leadership Fairfield applications are due at 5 p.m. And the Rotary Club is having their meeting from noon to 1:15 p.m. And their program is the Paul Harris Fellows Recognition. And that's at the Fairfield Golf and Country Club. And Friday evening, a free film at the Fairfield Public Library from 7 to 9. Saturday, Fairfield Farmers Market again, 8 to 1. Anna's Solar Fair, sponsored by Pathfinders RC&D and several others. Taking place. Again, you can get that coupon if you register early for grabbing something to eat at the Fairfield Farmers Market. And Sunday, we don't always have things offered on Sunday, but Sunday is Dutch Oven 101 from 1 to 2:30 at Jefferson County Park. And this is in response to the Jefferson County Dutch Oven Cook-Off, where folks they get excited, I think, after attending that event and tasting things and want to learn how to do it. And it sounds like this program is going to provide you everything you need to know so you can get started and enter the competition next year.
I entered the competition one of the years, first year, I think maybe it was. I needed the Dutch Cook-Off 101.
I got to be a judge one year, and that was delicious.
I did that as well.
Yeah, that's great. So you can learn more by contacting Therese at 472-4421.
Again, check out the all-new designed Week That Will Be Monday morning newsletter. Email the chamber at fairfieldiowa.com, and it gives you an opportunity to load up your own community calendar events for chamber members. All right. Again, the who, what, where, whens, and whys of the Solar Fair Saturday, Anna?
Saturday morning, 9 a.m. to noon is the informational and educational section, and then 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. is the self-guided solar crawl, and everybody is welcome.
All right. Detra, Anna, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
That's our Chamber Talk here on a Monday morning on 1570 KMCD. Stay tuned to look at the forecast coming up in a few moments, plus the markets with the Brownfield Radio Network.